a coach now. Let's see here. My husband and I started on our Optavia journey at the end of August in 2018. So we are nearing our third health anniversary. And really, we believe that this has been one of the best decisions that we've ever made, not only for our own personal health, but for our relationship and for our family. And so we're very, very grateful for this journey, And so one of the things that we like to always do is we like to ask our guests, why are they here? What is it that has brought them this evening to this presentation? Many of us come to this inquiry and to this journey because perhaps we have some extra weight that we are unhappy that we're carrying around, and the associated health challenges that come with that, achy pains and aches. And a lot of us are just sick and tired of being sick and tired, and many of us have been on or are on medication, and we're looking for a way to get our health under control, because we understand that when we make some changes for the positive, our entire world becomes more positive. And many of us are perhaps are struggling with stress and family challenges as well. And so the great thing about this wonderful wellness program that we're offering tonight is that we can offer support and encouragement and growth in all areas of what defines optimal wellness. And so we're so thankful to spend this evening sharing our story. So as I mentioned, I am my name is Moriwaki Kahaiali'i. I've been on my journey now for just almost 3 years, and I've been a coach. Well, I've been a coach for 3 years, but actually really seriously as a coach for probably about 2.5 years. And when I started on my journey, I was at probably my most unhealthy weight. I was at near 280 pounds. To tell you the honest truth, I was in such a state of self-loathing. I wasn't even willing to get on the scale, even though that's what everybody says you're supposed to do on your first day. And stepping on that scale was very, very difficult for me. But within about 10 months and through this amazing process of just, trusting the process, following the program, I released 90 pounds. And at this point now I've released well over 100 pounds and have easily maintained this loss. And my husband, we are celebrating, we'll be married 16 years here come November. And he lost 60 pounds in about 6 months. And he also has maintained his weight loss as well. And for me, one of my motivating factors was that when I started on my journey, I had just coincidentally also gone to the doctor, and I had that blood test that now told me that where I had been pre-diabetic for most of my adult life, I had now crossed the threshold into being considered a diabetic. And my blood sugars were up over 8. I was 8.8. And my cholesterol was at 350. And, when my doctor called me after those blood tests, I knew what the conversation was going to be, because of course my father is a insulin dependent diabetic, and so many of our island folks struggle with health associations, particularly associated with diabetes and high blood pressure and high cholesterol, and causing strokes and heart attacks and what have you. And so I was determined that I did not want that to be the path that I was walking, and I was looking for a way to get healthy. I had tried practically every program you can imagine out there. You name it, I've tried it. So really, I consider myself practically a serial dieter at this point. But I was, one of the things that in my experience was that, I would have relative success with other programs, but what I never learned how to do was how to get off the hamster wheel and how to take off the weight and how to keep it off permanently. And so that is what this wonderful program has brought to me. And I am so very, very grateful for this journey and for all the lessons and the relationships that I have gained through being on this journey. So, we have a wonderful planning team, many of whom are here tonight. And so, just wanted to give a shout out to our fellow leader coaches that are here tonight. And you'll hear some of them sharing the various components of our program. But each of these amazing individuals have decided that they wanted to take control of their health and that they wanted to pay it forward. And so one of the wonderful hallmarks of this program is all about community and about supporting one another in our journey. And so as coaches, it has been such a joy to get to know these amazing leaders and power women, shall we say, manawahine, as we say here in Hawaii, women who have, and not, there are men as well, for sure. But this particular planning team is made up of women. So we're glad to have you with us. So what's got you chained? What is it in life that is causing you stress or holding you back? Are you, are you struggling with perhaps some stress related to your job? A lot of us have, here COVID numbers are starting to rise again. I think a lot of us are very, very concerned about the impact that restrictive mandates that may be coming down may be impacting our wellness and our families. Perhaps we have stress related to other health issues, not COVID, other things that I've already kind of mentioned, diabetes, high blood pressure, stroke, there's just a whole variety of health challenges that so many of those that we love in our community struggle with. And maybe it's also, maybe there's stress that's related to, being chained to your job, thankful you have it, but not feeling that you're thriving in it. Perhaps you would love to make a change in what's going on with you and your job, or, maybe there's something else that's going on, whatever reason. We're happy that you're here, and Optavia is a wonderful opportunity to break the chains and to learn to thrive. And so, we just invite you tonight to, think deeply about what are those things that might be hampering your sense to thrive, and what are those things that are causing your life to be a little bit off kilter. Because one of the things that we learn in this wellness journey is that optimal wellness is defined in many different ways, and we all define what optimal wellness is for each of us. So maybe we're wanting to get control of, but this program is called Optavia, and Optavia basically means living a vital and optimal life. And how do you define what a vital and optimal life is? Completely up to you, but it's a personal development company. It's a wellness program that has a side benefit of weight loss. And so many of us come to Optavia because we're looking for a way to get control of our health. But it is not the only reason that folks come to this journey. Perhaps they're looking to, find more joy in their life. Perhaps they're looking for a way to create some new opportunities that they can bless those that they love with. And so, really, we are not a diet. We are a health program, and we are a tool to get you from where you are currently to what you define as your optimal place of life in a predictable way, one healthy habit at a time, for lifelong wellness. And so, we really, Optavia is a journey that we each personally take. And there are, Optavia seeks to support us in all various aspects of our life. And so I'm going to ask Darnell Yoshioka, one of my fellow coaches, to come on and explain to you about the trilogy of health in Optavia.
All right, mahalo Malia. I'm Darnell. I know it says Malia Kahaiali'i, but it's not me. So I get to speak about this awesome trilogy tonight. And, one of the things that I love about this program is it's not just about weight loss. It's not about just the number on a scale, about the foods you can eat. We're really here to help you with these three areas of your life: healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. But so as far as for me and my wife, Carrie, we pretty much came into this through the healthy body first. That's all we knew. We needed to lose the weight and prevent ourselves really from getting to that point of severe sickness and being on medication, because that's where we were definitely headed, and more so me, myself. It's funny because I'm actually 12 years younger than her, and I was a lot more unhealthy than she was. The thing that I learned is, when you begin healing from the inside out, it's more than just a number on a scale, like I said. So you're going to have so much more energy like you've never felt before. You're going to be eating and sleeping better. You'll even start loving yourself again. And that's where your confidence will come back. So, and you'll even begin, feeling sexier again. You'll be in the bathroom making your sexy poses. And, I know we all do that. So, it's good. We have fun doing this. So you really begin to feel better on a deeper level. So once your body starts getting healthy, that's when your mind starts to follow, which is super important. So with this trilogy, we'll, really ask yourself, how fulfilled are you? Are you building meaningful relationships? How is your engagement at work right now? Are you enjoying your hobbies, your community? Are you making time for yourself, spiritual time? When it comes to stress and your environment, how are you handling it? So it's always good to ask yourself these questions, because more so than often, we really have the answers to our own questions. So when your mind begins to shift, there's a lot more clarity, and you'll realize that you're reacting differently to certain situations or circumstances that you weren't before, and you really begin to pull back and stop and live in a life of gratitude. So it's pretty mind-blowing. The small little simple changes are really make the biggest impact. So lastly, there's finances on this wheel. And, for this one, everybody needs healthy finances, for us, in order to help ourselves, and help others. Ask yourself also, do you have the time, freedom, and abundance that you want? Do you have the resources that is going to allow you to create the memories you want with your family and your friends? And also, are you able to contribute to your community and to others that you truly want to help and get healthy, in all areas? So that's the great thing about being part of this program, is it's helped so many people with their health, get out of debt. A lot of people have, left their stressful jobs to be home with their family. They get to save for their future, travel, and more importantly, just pay it forward. So what we really want you to think about and really take away from this is, you need to know and believe that it's okay, number one, to want these things for yourself, because we all deserve it, the freedom and abundance. And when you allow yourself to have these things, that's when you'll truly be able to bless others. So think of it kind of like a thread that runs between all three of those: a healthy body, mind, and finances. And we just want you to think how close you are to that bullseye. And, my wife is very competitive, so if we're to play darts, she always got to win. So you just want to get to that number 10. Okay, that's your goal. That's all of our goals. So it's our goal, it's Dr. A's, the co-founder of this program. It's his goal and the mission of all of these people here, all of your coaches, to just help you and guide you to move closer to the center of the bullseye. And that's why we're here tonight. So that's the trilogy. And right now, we get to hear from actually one of our wonderful, wonderful clients. He's willing to share his awesome story with you folks. So I'm actually going to have Carrie introduce him.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Carrie. So I met Lee through my friend Shar eating sushi 10 years ago in Las Vegas before my program getting, unhealthy. But has been a great friend since, and then she introduced us to her family. They have twins and they're so adorable. I used to babysit them, and then Lee would come pick them up. And I got to know Lee more and more because he would, come pick up the kids. And so anyway, he joined the program, I think less than 2 months ago, or no, a month ago. Yeah, I think. Well, anyway, he'll tell you. But this is his transformation. I've been dripping on them for 3 years. Actually, it was for Shar, but Shar didn't go on it, and then Lee went on first. So now that Lee's getting, skinny and sexy, Shar like jump on. But anyway, I want to just introduce Lee. Lee, if you can come off of mute and share your testimonial.
Oh, okay. So, I got so my wife was going to do it, but then, I guess she had hesitations. And then I ended up going doctor and it got put on meds and stuff, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. And honestly, I didn't like the way it was making me feel. So I decided to do something, which is start the program. I kind of researched it some, and I had, read all the stuff about it, and it was, good and bad reviews. But I ended up trying anyways, just to figure give it a shot. What did I have to lose? So I started June 28th. I'm down about 23 pounds. At the besides the weight, the better side effects is, better sleep, no allergies. Um, acid reflux is gone. Feel better. I got my breath back, so don't have to hold my breath to tie my shoes or anything. I don't know, I forget what else. What else was talking about, Doc? Huh?
Your pants falling off.
Oh, you guys like hearing that story? So, we've been getting harassed by the HOA to do some painting on the house. So I was taking pictures yesterday to send to a painter so he could see what he had to do. I was standing in my driveway, and then I raised my hands up to take the picture, and my pants fell around my ankles. So I had to hurry up and pull them up. So good thing I have bibbies on.
That's awesome, Lee.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
also want to say that, yeah. And then now Lee and Shar are paying it forward, and they just became brand new coaches on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Lee, what's your favorite part of your journey so far?
Oh, I don't know. Definitely being able to sleep through the night, because before I never sleep through the night real good, and slow to the start in the morning, having extra energy. And like I like having my breath back. Training martial arts and stuff. I used to die for a while, but now that I dropped the weight, I can go through the whole class and probably do 2 classes if I wanted to.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I want to see that picture of your pants falling off.
I don't think nobody caught that, but
there was somebody in the transformation stories today that had his pants around his ankles. So now we need one of you, Kaylee.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing your story. That is awesome. And you are going to be an amazing coach, and you're going to change a lot of lives. So we're really, really excited for you, and nice to meet you too, Shar. And we're waiting to see your pants around your ankles show picture too. Okay. No, just joking. All right. So, how has Lee had such amazing success? Well, he's been following 4 important components. And, this Optavia, there are many things that make this a unique and wonderful program, but Optavia is four basic components, and no one of these components is more important than the other. Now, many of us come because because we think of it as a diet. And so we think, well, just tell me what to eat and then I'll get skinny. But what we don't realize is that there are so many other things that go into optimal wellness that is a lifetime of optimal wellness. And so, we want you to imagine these four components like being four legs on a table, and you want each of them to be strong and sturdy and even so that there is nothing that is unbalanced. And that when you fully embrace all four components, then you will have the success that Lei is already sharing in this short period of time of not only his scale victories, but all of those amazing non-scale victories. And those come through these four components. So now we're going to just spend some time just looking at what are those four components. And the first component is coaching. And so I'm going to ask Cynthia McKeag to come off and share with us about what it means to be a coach.
Thank you, Malia, and congratulations, Lei. Amazing. I bet those woke the neighbors up. That's really crazy. It's one thing about the coaching that I love is that we get to celebrate some of these crazy wins sometime. It's little things that most folks wouldn't even realize are problems that we each individually have. And I've been hearing a lot of the wins that folks are having as a result of their program. So as a coach, we get to be there to cheer you on and encourage you. And I'm going to say by no means are we experts at, really rocking the program 100% all the time. Sometimes we have our challenges too. Life gets in the way occasionally, but the nice thing about it is that we have the tools and we have the other coaches to support our journey along the way. So it's always nice to kind of walk that journey with someone, and the coach is there to do exactly that. They support you. They share their experiences. I had the opportunity to share my experiences with other clients who have had challenges along the way. So it's nice to know sometimes that you're not alone in those challenges, that day-to-day things, not even really complicated things, just day-to-day challenges that we face. But the coach is there to support that and help you move forward with your program. So we're there to motivate you. And definitely we are not there as a diet police, right? We're not there to shame or to scold, but really there to lift you up on your journey and make sure that you're focused, you stay focused, you get refocused if you need to, and always there to support you however we need to be. So I really enjoy the coaching. I've been doing it for July was 1 year, and I totally enjoy working with a client on it. And it's just been my joy. So thank you for letting me share, you guys.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Mhm.
So the second pillar of Optavia is the Habits of Health Transformation System. And so I'm going to ask Nanine Garcia to come off and to share with us about this amazing system.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations, Lei and Shar, for being new coaches. I started my journey October of 2020. And I have been in the best health, mentally and physically, of my life. But there are a few tools that were given besides fueling and coaching and community. There is the Life Book, which is a day-to-day journal. It has a lot of tips and hints and advice for your health journey. It's used to be able to keep track of your journey, to write your thoughts, progress, challenges, so you can reflect on achievements in areas that need improvement. You also have the reference book, which is Dr. A's Habits of Health. This is the main textbook that outlines important information on nutrition, sleep, exercise, stress reduction, and much more. And then you have the Habits of Health app. This is a tool that you would download that helps keep you accountable. It sets alerts for meals. You can refer to for dietary information. You can keep records of daily levels of activity and manage emotions with your stop, challenge, and choose. There's all kinds of webinars and classes that are given throughout the week. And just a lot of information to keep you grounded, motivated, and learning. So, yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Nanine.
Thank you.
So really, you know, this Habits of Health is really what helps us for the lifetime journey, right? And it's very conversational. It's not, you know, Dr. A writes in a very easy to relate to manner. And so it, you know, what we encourage our clients and those that we support in this journey is to invest in their wellness through becoming, you know, better knowledgeable about everything that you need to know about health and why. And so you'll get that through this wonderful resource. The next pillar of Optavia is the community pillar. And so Carrie Cota, will you come on and share with us about community?
Yes, this is my favorite component because I just love people. We do have a Transformation for Life community. It's our Facebook page. We have about over 7,000 clients and coaches on there. You know, they're sharing their journey, they're sharing recipes, they're sharing tips. I mean, there's a lot of great information. So if you are not already on there, you know, talk to your support group, support team, and get yourself on there. It's a great place to connect. Like I said, we celebrate each other. There's recipes and tips, and also transformation stories. And another community that we have is on Mondays. We do have our time. What is it called? Coach time, team time, community team time. That's every Monday. You can also ask your coach support for the times because it's I think it's every Monday at 5 o'clock our Pacific time and 2 o'clock Hawaii time. But again, check with them. And these are great places to plug in to be and be surrounded by like-minded people. All right.
Thank you, Carrie. So the last component is the one that many of us come to, and we just think if somebody will just tell us what to do, we'll know what to do. And so Mele, will you come on and share with us about how the nutritional program works?
Sure. Hi, everybody. Aloha, and thank you for giving up some time to be with us. And Lee, awesome. Thank you for sharing. So excited for you and Char. So fuelings, that's the food part of our program of the 4 components. And like Malia was saying, all 4 components are equally as important. You need, you know, it's like 25% of your 100% commitment should be in each one. And so this component should not be any more important than any other. But it is the one that people tend to focus on. So anyhow, fuelings is what we call the food that we get from the company. And it's called this basically because there's one sole purpose for food, and the sole purpose for food is to fuel your body as gasoline fuels your car, right? So like, I forget who it was who said this: food is not your boyfriend. You know, food is not your blanket that keeps you warm at night or consoles you or whatever. Food has a purpose, and it's to make sure that, you know, it's to give you the nutrients that your body needs in order to function properly. So In the picture here, you have a variety of colorful boxes, very attractive and pretty. And these boxes are the fuelings, or in the boxes are the fuelings that we get from the company. There's numerous varieties, everything from savory to sweet, breakfast, desserts, hearty, and everybody has their favorites. Now, all of these fuelings, no matter what they are equally balanced as far as nutrition. There's 24 vitamins and minerals in each and every one of them. And they're so well filled with nutrients that with taking these fuelings and following the program as directed, there's no reason for you to take any supplements. You don't need it because this will provide you with everything that your body needs. But they're low glycemic, they're calorie controlled, portion controlled, and no additives or preservatives in them. So they're all natural. So that makes them even better yet. So these are prepackaged, and I know some people have a little bit of a hang up with prepackaged foods. But let me tell you, especially now in today's time, convenience has become such a huge thing. And this is definitely convenient. I don't know how many people have thanked me for introducing them to this program, if for any reason, because they didn't have to go buy food. The food came to them, right to their door. So very, very convenient. Anyhow, but we don't only eat these fuelings that we get from the company. We do eat, as people call it, real food. We call them lean and green meals. And lean and green meals simply is vegetables and protein. And you choose what type of protein, what type of vegetables. We have guidelines for you to follow to help you with the portion sizes of your proteins and your vegetables and how many servings and so forth. But all of this combined is a complete, what am I looking for? Proper eating program, food, part of our program. And they're good. Love the brownie and the peanut butter stuff and the oatmeal. And I could go on. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Billy. One of the things that we learned because of COVID, right? When we had our stay-at-home mandates, right? Suddenly it was like, well, how are you going to get food, right? When we were told that now, we had to order food in. So this is the great thing about Optavia, because, most of all you have to do is worry about one meal a day. And the rest of it just comes straight to your doorstep. So it is great. And it's so healthy and so nutritious that, you don't need to worry about, spending a lot of money on Uber and what is that? Bite Squad bringing you food. So we love Optavia and our feelings because they really do serve us so well. So really, these 4 components are intended, as we started to say, with 100%, 25% each is what makes this program work. But honestly, the 5th component is you. Right? Because in anything that we pursue in life, it's all about effort and about our desire. So our question to you tonight is, are you ready? You are the 5th component. How much do you want to reach your goal? How much do you want to make a change in your personal health that will have a ripple effect on your family and on your community? How much do you desire to make a change? Because, we know that anything that is worth pursuing is worth a little bit of effort. And honestly, this is the easiest effort that I've ever expended in getting healthy. And it has had the most overwhelming impact. And so, I was ready. And my question to you is, are you ready? I think a lot of us are tired of being sick and tired. And this is a vehicle to help you move into a whole new state of being if you're just willing to take a chance on yourself. So now I want to ask Tiare to come on and introduce her amazing friend and client and now coach, Lei. So Tiare, will you introduce Lei?
I sure would love to. This is Lei Kahaiali'i, a wonderful friend. We've been friends for years, and she's an amazing woman. She loves to serve and loves to be around people and just easy to get along with. She's had an amazing experience on this journey and has been very successful, sharing with the ones that she loves and that she cares for. And go ahead and take it away, Lei, and tell what your journey's been like.
Thank you. Aloha, everyone. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this evening with all of you. And listening to Lee and his story, boy, I could sure relate, especially pre-Optavia, right? And that's what I thought of. The first time that I zoomed in on one of these meetings, listening to the guest speakers, I went, oh, that's me. They're talking about me, right? Because I could relate with, a lot of things that they're going through. So of course, when I started, I was at my heaviest ever. And with that, of course, comes all the health issues, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, sleeping disorders, aches and pains, and in my case, specifically inflammation and gout. I was dependent on medication, which I thought that this is how my life was going to be. Basically I accepted it because these things ran in my family. Not to mention the mental struggles that come with that, depression, low self-esteem, shame. I was so desperate that I had already considered, seriously considered looking into weight loss programs here on Maui. And then my friend Tiare posted on Facebook that she was on a health journey. She had shed some weight and she was feeling good and wanted to share it with others. So I reached out to her immediately. And the next day, her coach, Christina, and she connected with me. And so Christina was able to share the program. And, I was looking for something that was, simple, nutritious, convenient, and safe. And everything that Christina was sharing with me checked all of that off and met my criteria and then some. And of course, I'm like, especially no exercise. Okay, no exercise required. And then about the feelings, and especially about the 5-in-1 meal plan. I was so excited, right? Because it was a no-brainer. I said, sign me up. And then I got a phone call the next day. Christina reached out to her coach, Lynn, and we connected. And they advised me not to do the 5-in-1 meal plan, but to follow a different meal plan that was designed for individuals who were prone to inflammation and gout. Wait, I wanted the 5-in-1 plan. But you know what? They listened to me. They knew more about my health issues than I realized, and they seemed more concerned to me about that. And like many of you had said tonight, I remember Lynn saying distinctly, this is 6 months ago, that this is not a diet. If you're looking for a diet, you need to look somewhere else. But I said, you know what, go ahead, sign me up. I'm still going to do it. And they assured me that I would still have the weight come off, but they wanted to make sure that it was done in a safe and healthy way. And I said, okay, I'll still give it a go. But now I went into panic mode because I had to think about, oh my goodness, what am I going to eat? So the program I had to follow, right, was only 2 fillings a day. And the other 4 meals I had to prepare myself. So I started researching and I read everything that I could online, everything that Christina was sending to me. I immediately came on and Zoomed in with the communities because that was such a huge help for me. And then as soon as I received Dr. A's Habits of Health textbook, I dove in. And I felt that it was important to me to have that proper mindset, going into my journey. So I stuck with it, but I only had to do it for 5 weeks. And then I switched to 3 and 3. Then I switched to 4 and 2. And then in my 11th week, I was able to switch to the 5 and 1 meal plan. And yes, it's much easier. However, looking back, you know what? It wasn't that difficult, really. And I feel I have almost an advantage. So when I am able to transition, it'll be easier for me. I'll know what my daily intake should consist of and how I'll do it. So one, I appreciate the coaches listening to me. My life changed thanks to Optavia. Not only have I reduced in weight and physical body, but I've grown so much in other. I have mental clarity, more patience and tolerance, increased spirituality, if you will. I sleep deeper. In fact, Tiare told me I don't snore. And we're roommates, yeah? I've gained confidence. I have more energy and able to keep up with my grandkids. And I have no gout, which I was able to prove was contributed by medication and antibiotics. And I was able to kick diabetes and high cholesterol to the curb, and I'm off meds. That is like huge, okay? So that's why I brought my sign back. Hugs and kisses to Optavia, but these are zeros. That means I'm off those meds. And the X's means that I no longer have to shop for clothes with an X size, okay? So I'm checking off my Y's and creating new ones. Thank you, Dr. A, my coaches, this amazing community, and Optavia is a gift and one that must be shared with others. So I'm happy that I'm able to pay it forward as well. So mahalo.
Oh, thank you, Lei. You are so inspiring. I just love that. And the fact that you're off all your meds and all of us want to be no longer have an X in front of our clothing, don't we? And many of us have gotten there. So bravo to you. Congratulations. And you're right. You totally have a leg up on all of us, because when it's time for us to transition, you already know how to do it because you started there. And so what an inspiration for you not to allow that to be a barrier for you, and to decide that your health and your wellness was worth that investment of time and energy and effort. So really, you are such an inspiration. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your story tonight. Yes. So our next question to you is, as you heard Lei, she's talking about breaking the chains of poor health, and she is learning to thrive. And she is so grateful to be thriving through Optavia. And so our question to you is how are you going to break the chains and thrive in your life? And to ask yourself seriously, where are you right now? Where do you want to be? And how are you going to get there? And what do you dream of in achieving? Many of us came to Optavia because we knew that we needed to make a change in our health. And then, as Darnell shared, then when we started to improve physically and from the inside out, then mentally, we also started to understand the amazing changes that were starting to occur in our lives. And we were finding joy again. So many of us have forgotten what joy is, and we've forgotten about how to find peace. And, however you define that in your life. And then, of course, many of us have decided that we are so excited about the transformation that is happening in our life that we want to pay it forward. And by doing this, we get so much joy of supporting our friends and family and those that we love into better health, and them finding their joy as well. And through doing this, we are also finding that blessing others, we are being blessed. And and so Optavia and the trilogy of health is truly a reality for so many of us here tonight. And so, if you've considered perhaps that it's time for you to pay it forward, we want to encourage you to join us as a coach. You will, the paycheck of the heart is one of the greatest joys that I can think of. And it's been such a huge blessing to me to see my friends and family get healthy. And I know all the other coaches here tonight will also speak to the joy of seeing those that you love, feeling better and being happier in life. And so, what are those dreams that you have? Is it spending time with your family? Is it blessing those that you love? Is it traveling? Is it supporting your community? Whatever those dreams might be, they're all wonderful and they're all achievable and they are all possible. And we all thought we just came here to take a few pounds off our body, and how did we ever understand that we would become this much more whole and balanced human being through coming to Optavia. And one of the largest components of Optavia is our wonderful community. So, you see here a picture of island folks, and there is a much larger community. Some of you who were on right at the beginning heard about convention that happened earlier this summer, just a couple weeks ago. And Lei Tiari's already booked her room for next year's convention. But because so many of us have made new friends and have really grown our ohana in health, and that is the Optavia ohana in health. And it is such a blessing to so many of us. And really, Dr. A teaches us that we are far more likely to be successful in our journey and to last longer in our journey when we tie into the community, when we tie into our coach, when we tie into the support that lifts us up and makes us feel good about ourselves. And so why wouldn't you want to choose this kind of joy? And so we invite you to come along and be with us, be a part of the Optavia community, and find a vital and optimal life as you define it. And so, we just want to leave you with this tonight. We want to encourage you to become a dominant force in your life and to take the next steps and to break the chains that are holding you back, to choose optimal wealth and health and well-being, and your future self will thank you. So we thank you for coming and spending tonight with us. And we just wish you a blessed evening. And we hope to see you at our next Health and Hope, which is going to be on Sunday, the 22nd at 4 p.m. And also, please invite your friends and family, anyone who needs to hear the hope of Optavia. And, let's go out and change a few lives and spread a lot of joy. That for me has been what Optavia has been all about. And I'm so very grateful for all of my friends and my ohana, my Optavia ohana. I consider you all my Optavia ohana, and I'm grateful for you. So have a great evening, and thanks for coming, and we'll see you soon. And okay, take care. Aloha.